Hello, hello, Christina Giordano here. Today I'm going to be talking about a perspective shift that I've been feeling recently, and it's kind of come after lots of reflecting on my business and shifting my offerings and how I want to show up and how I want to be seen and what want to be known for, what I want to stand for. And so I think that it's a perspective that's really kind of relevant to everyone. It's relevant to every business owner. And I just want to start by saying this. If you're anything like me, you went into business for yourself because you felt like it was your calling. At least that's absolutely what happened for me back in 2013 when I started my business. It was 6 months into looking for a typical job, and it just wasn't working. I could not find a job after interview, application after application. It wasn't that I didn't have the skills or the knowledge of the jobs that I was applying for, of the positions that I was considering. It was just that everything just sort of kind of fell through. And during it, of course, I felt like it was happening to me rather than for me, but that was an entirely different perspective shift back then. But while it was happening, it was wildly difficult for me to understand why. And it wasn't until I realized that I am truly meant to be an entrepreneur that I finally understood it. And hindsight, even to this day, is 2020. You look back and you're like, every single thing that I've been through as an entrepreneur led me to where I am today. It all had meaning. It all had its reasonings, and it was absolutely 100% my calling. Like I just felt it. I remember in June of 2013 when I was going through the motions of creating the LLC and envisioning the website and deciding on my offerings. It was just such a full body yes that it just felt so aligned, and I felt so alive on top of that. So if you're anything like me, then you definitely went into business for yourself because you felt like it was your calling, and you felt called to transform the lives of others in a big way through that thing that you do, through the work that you do. You felt called to a life that would grant you time freedom, financial freedom, and maybe even location freedom. You felt called to play with new and creative ways of expressing yourself, communicating about your work, and cultivating community around big ideas. And of course, with the modern tools of entrepreneurship we have available to us today, we have a lot of access to tools that could really benefit us. And so entrepreneurship allows you to create so much through the bigness that is you. But of course, because we're human and we tend to get lost in the details and the day to day and, even the dollars and cents of it all, we sometimes keep ourselves and our businesses and our outlook small. So, how do we do that? One, we forget that our bottom line is service. We are serving those who are just like us in so many ways and who simply seek the healing transformation or roadmap that we have achieved for ourselves. Number two, we forget that our purpose is bigger than us. It's not even about us. And this is where we can really get into our heads as business owners and when we're marketing ourselves. We think, "Oh, what will they think of me? Oh, how dare I say this? Oh, how can I possibly, be considered an expert in my field? Or how could I do this and do that? And just how dare I basically is what we kind of put our frame of reference in is. And the truth is, though, is that we were given this mission, this purpose, this sense of direction for a reason. It didn't just fall into our lap. We were guided here. And if we're tuned into that power right there, I truly believe, at least from my experience, that that's when we have the wind at our back. And then third and finally, we forget that we are so much more than our businesses. Yes, we give life to our businesses through our voice, our time, our attention, and in turn, our businesses sustain us. But we are multidimensional beings who do not belong in perfectly square boxes. We are more than that. And so if what I'm saying does anything for you, let it be a reminder of just how big you are. And so back to the reason why I'm talking about this today is because I realized something myself. I've had a massive perspective shift in regard to this for myself. And it was essential based on where I'm moving, based on where I'm going. with my business. And I've realized that I'm building a movement and I better start showing up like I am. I better start showing up like I am building of movement because that is what I'm doing. That is the long game. That is the end goal that I see in my vision in the future. I'm the trailblazer of sold, and I'll get to that in a moment of what that actually means. But this movement is bigger than me. It's bigger than just a business. It's bigger than a moneymaker. It's bigger than really anything I've done or or anything that I could have envisioned for myself. And when I put it in perspective like that, the things that I need to do to talk about it, to show up for it, to be about it, to walk the talk, to embody the essence of what it means to be sold, it all kind of becomes a little easier. It all becomes kind of a little easier to digest and to consume and to metabolize in my body. Like, yes, of course I can do it. Yes, I can lead this. Yes, it's bigger than me. It feels bigger than me, but I'm called to do it. And there's a reason for that. And so my movement is centered around the meaning of sold. And if you're new around here, I have a ton of blogs on my website that you can check out to get a deeper understanding of what it means to be sold. But here's the gist. I'm building a movement of people who are marketing themselves with integrity. I'm building a movement of people who are messaging in a way that is truly reflective of the actual transformation they provide. I'm building a movement of people who are monetizing themselves in a way that honors their multidimensionality. And this is all of this. The marketing, the messaging, and the monetization, this is selling with soul. And it's sold, SOLD, but with sold. So sold, SOULD. So, how do you jump on this ride if you're interested and let your integrity lead the way in how you market yourself? I have a masterclass coming up on Monday, February 12th at 11 a.m. Central Time. And in this masterclass, I'm going to teach you how to create the structure to support your marketing flow. Because if there's one thing I've realized, when the bigness feels too big, or if the movement that you're creating feels uncontained or unsustainable or inconsistent, you got to create a structure to keep it safe, to keep it sound, to keep it moving in resonance with how you want it to move, because flow can't happen without being contained. So, this is an opportunity for you to structure your marketing in a way that allows for you to have creative flow within it. So, what will we do in this space together? Here's what I plan to teach and show you. So the first thing is that I'm going to show you how to structure your very own weekly creator day. Now, my creator days are on Mondays, so that's pretty much the template that I'm going to be working with. However, you can have a creator day any day of the week that you want. But this is essentially a day where you're going to prep your marketing for the entire week ahead. So how great does that sound if you could just get the ball rolling either at the start of the week or the end of the week or the previous week or whatever it is, where you are essentially done and it's just done. Like you can just cruise through the rest of the week and focus in your business rather than so much on your business. So after that, I'll teach you step-by-step suggestions for your creator container, starting with a weekly theme, a weekly message, one piece of content, and ongoing creations that you can repurpose based on that one piece of content. Then I'm also going to show you some systems to utilize and even examples of what your weekly marketing might look like for you. And if time permits, we will have some hot seat opportunities available. So definitely keep this masterclass in mind if this is something that feels like you need in your business right now. And so if you're feeling the bigness of your business coming through, it's really kind of a great time astrologically and otherwise to strap in and really learn how to create a marketing plan you're actually going to want to commit to, because in the 10 years that I've had my business of teaching people how to market themselves, they got to want to show up for it too. They got to want to do it too. It's really, you're the one doing it. You got to have skin in the game. So this is really an opportunity for you to get that started, get it moving, get it pen to paper, and start marketing yourself with integrity. And also, if you've attended a masterclass with me in the past, this one is entirely different. So it's not going to be the same. Definitely plan to head to this one. But otherwise, I hope to see you there. So, in thinking of all of this today, I want you to ask yourself, how have you honored the bigness that is you? Have you honored the actual transformation you provide? Have you honored your desire to market yourself with integrity? Have you honored your multidimensionality and monetize yourself accordingly? These are the things, the questions that you want to ask yourself if you truly want to find out if you're selling with soul. Other than that, a short but sweet interview video today, but hopefully you got some goodness out of it. If at the end of the day, the only thing you took away is to remember the bigness that is you, that is just fine with me. Otherwise, I will see you all next week. Be well and take care.